Hello everyone. In our today's video, we're going to have this amazing portfolio website using Reactjs. And as you see, that will be our first impression on our portfolio within a slight perfect image here. Then we have our header. If you just scroll a bit down, as you see, our header color is changed so that all are can be visible. But if you just full length over there, it just focus on entire screen. Now we have a home tab, services, features, testimony, and contact. If you click on services, it will just automatically scroll through to the services section. If you just click on the feature, it will roll back to the feature, and you see it's a bit of highlighted with the white color. You can go back to the testimony, can go back to the contact. If you click on the home, it will take you again to the top of the screen. Then we have our banner where you can just justify who you are and what kind of things you are doing. Then we have a two button here. You can provide your resume link, and also you can put a blog website. Like there is a button which you can redirect to go some more in further. Then at the bottom, which we have our services. Here you can see the services you can provide. So there's a like the photography section. As you see, once you are hovering over, how amazingly it's just giving you a 3D effect, as you see. And that's happening. That's I got it from that Ethernet UI. That's perfect blend of how you can modify that. So if you just hover through, it will reflect on that. So it doesn't matter, it can be only those things. You can put your image, you can put your project services, and any other things which can feel you much better. And after that, we have our feature section. In the features, what kind of work we are doing. If you click any of the work, as you see, it just taking with the description of your project. If you click outside, it will just disappear. If you click one more, as you see, you can have your project overview where you can show what kind of project you are dealing with or you did already. So kind of title and kind of descriptions over is underlying. Then also it is having a slider. You can scroll through to just go through and slide. So it's working perfectly fine. And after that services, we have our testimonial section. So after the features, so in the testimonial, you can click one of the testimonial and you see how amazingly it's coming. So that's also a beautiful slide is happening with animation. So this is super cool to just go and read what kind of testimonials you have from several people. Then we have our title and whoever the give that reviews and so on. Then we have our contact form, and this contact form is not a simple contact form, because once we just click send mail, this will come here in our Google contact form, so in a Google Sheet. So you don't need to carry a database for paying section that anybody send you message to just go on there. You can easily integrate here in your contact form on Google spreadsheet. And you see, if I just put my name, so just make that as John Doe, so it will be john@gmail.com. And by the way, it's also you need to some mandatory fields is there, so it's managed with the form. So I'll just make some dummy phone number and like some dummy address. I want to talk with you regarding some matters. Okay, so once I just hit on the send mail, as you see, submission on process, thank you for waiting. So we set a loader, and after successfully send the mail, as you see, your message has been sent, and there is just a bit of description here. So now if you go back to the contact form, as you see, name is here, email is already provided here, you get the phone number, you get the dummy address, you just get entire message and the time once that message was sent. So you get an overall scenario without paying a single penny. You just need to get through the setup, and I'm going to show you how easily you can set those things. So now after that thing, we have our footer here. So there is about us and team, and also you can click on that to just get subscribed with that particular things. Now this entire things is fully responsive. As you see, once we are in the smaller screen, if you click, you see how easily and how beautifully you can go and click on the portfolio. In that GitHub, it will just take you the GitHub and other parameter. If you click in the home, it will take you to the top. As you see, entire segment is fully responsive. You can just click also here like that. How super cool. So if you go here, that's a perfect blend here let you to learn something new and better in a single instance. So I think for any of the developer, that can be a stepping stone to learn to build some unique shape of the project. Or if you are having a designer or any of the graphic designer or any of the developer instance, it will be very helpful to having such kind of website in your arsenal. If you just want to have it, how you can grab it as this one. So to get these entire things, that's the repo link. It will be in the description below. I'm gonna share it. So that one we're gonna cover through. Not the previous one, this the one which will be portfolio 2024 YT. So that's the project, and there is also the summary by which you can get the repository link and also how you can start with that. So everything is written there. What you need to do is to just make that clone in your local machine. So I'm gonna copy that link, and over here in my build folder, I'm gonna take a new terminal over there, and I will just write a simple command which is git clone. Then I will paste my code to just clone this entire thing. Okay, our cloning is done. So if I just particularly put an ls, and as you see, I can see the list view over here, and also in our file there is the entire project is available. So you just need to open with the code, or you can also do with that, just go through, put a cd and making that portfolio 2024 YT, and then you can open it with the code editor by just writing globally code and dot space dot should be. So now here, as you see, after cloning this project, that's the entire build setup I have here. But first thing first, as you may remember, just to focus on that, we doesn't have that node modules over here, because whatever the package we are using in that instances, we are not having that particular things. So now if you're using that npm, you can run npm install. I'm using the pnpm, so I'm gonna run that pnpm install. Or if you're using yarn, just use yarn, but just remove that pnpm log if you're not using that pnpm. So if you just roll back to our tree setup here, as you see, because that's the application, if you just go back and just having a good understanding, that is a single page application, not a multiple page. As you see, we are just scrolling through with a single page scenario. So in that we can have that. So we are using that React scroll to go and grab that effect. So now, as you see, everything is good to go. I'm going to run that, not npm, should be pnpm dev to start in our local machine. So it will open in the 5173 as I'm using the vitejs to create those particular setup. So now, as you see, that's the page. This our published website. Just have a look. This our published website. This our local website, which I share the link for the GitHub in that description. So as you see, everything is the same. The problem is once you click on the send, like I'm gonna just type something and then let's see. Now, as you see, unable to send your message. So means there is something happening. You doesn't have that contact info section. So that's the only differences here. When I submit, if I go back to the contract here, when I submit, it's submitting, but here it's no submitting, as because if you just roll back to just head back to our contact. But before going there, just let me explain the scenario. That's our app. So that's the main file over here, and that's our app setup. There is no routing setup as we are not going to use the routing purposes. So now in that particular app, we have several portions. We have header, banner, services, features, testimonials, contact, and footer. So that's all the sections is appearing over there. So let's go back to the contact to see why our Google form is not working. First, as you see, script URL. So all the things is working fine perfectly. The problem is we are not having that script which will be responsible to get back everything which will create to be done. So now how we can do that? As you see, I'm going to copy that first column from here. So whatever I have here, and I'm going to go in a Google Sheet. I'm going to open a new one, and here I'm going to writing that not this positioning here. I'm going to just paste this properly, or I can just normally remove everything from here. I'm gonna just make it manually. So what I need to do, I'm gonna make a name of that contact from YouTube. So that will be our from name. So now what I have here particularly, I need to go through that. I have the name. So first need to provide the name, or we can just go with that name. or anyway it's also having a good things to go. Then we have our email, so let's go and grab that email. We have our phone number which we are sending the phone number. We have our address. Let's just create a column for address. We have the messages. Okay, cool. Then we have our date time. Okay, so that's the things we have here initially. So I'm gonna just change the color over here. Okay, that's cool. And also for that scenario, okay, make it black. Okay, so now what we need to do is that I'm gonna make it a little bit bold here. Okay, cool. So now as you see, there will be another link in the description by which you can get that. So this will be a GitHub repo link. So in this repo link, you will let you know that how you can set up that submitting that Google form over there. As you see, that's the first step, create a Google Apps script. So creating that script, I'm gonna just copy this entire thing. So this entire code, I just got it copied. And from here, I'm gonna just select any of that. In the extensions, I'm gonna get that app script. So I need to write a script to get everything and good to go, because otherwise I will not be able to keep track on that, or will not be able to get any other things. Okay, we can't reach here. Okay, what's wrong? I think, okay, it's a bad request happening. Okay, let's just hit save, and from the extension again, I'm gonna go on that. I think it could be having any issue, maybe. I think I have a different account here, so I just changed my account, and now let's see to try, because I need to go with the fast auth user. So from the extension, let's put app script. So now in that app script, as you see, we are going to have some demo code written here. But again, I'm saying this, the link, it will be description here over there for this website. Need to go over here, need to copy everything from whatever written here to let it be work on that. So let's go here, and I'm gonna choose this, I'm gonna remove this, and then save other parameter. And also this one name, I'm gonna give the same name, so it will be contact from YouTube. Okay, rename. So after having that set, okay, I think let's just click on that save project. So save, and after saving that, so once it's saved, we can run this project. So let's put that run. Now as you see, the execution log is just happening. So whatever the parameter is going to be done, it need to be processing through. See, now we have the review permissions, giving the permissions to access. Okay, I'll go with that. And of course it will not be secure, so as we are just manipulating the Google spreadsheet, it will start crying. So go to contact from YouTube and save. Okay, and allow. So after allowing that, we will be, our script should be run properly. If there is no error, that should be go through on that. As you see, execution is started and execution completed. So now our execution is done. So we need to make a deploy on that. So from the deploy, go with the new deployment process. So on that deployment process, click on that like that a setting one, and we will deploy for that web app. Okay, so you can go to make the description. I'm gonna make that as same description of that contact from YouTube. Just go and send. Now that's my executable email, and from here need to select with anyone. Be careful if you not select with anyone, so no, but not like if you just only put yourself, only you can make, only from this email it can go through. If anyone with the Google account, so Google account should be mandatory for that. Or anyone means anyone, even they doesn't they have the Google account, or there's no problem with that. Anyone can just submit here. So now click on deploy. After deploying, it will generate a key feature, the one which we are looking for, a script URL which we are going to need to be just pass it here. I think that's the one, need to keep it. Okay, authorize access. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna give authorization on that account, and I think it will go through some of the verification. So just follow the process, so it will just work perfectly. Again, go back to the okay, allow. And now as you see, the deployment process is updating. So after this updation, as you see, that's the link which the ID is not required. We just need to get that URL set up. Done. So now I will just pass it here. Okay, so now as you see, I have been done this position. So now if we just go back in our contact form, we should be able to grab the things here. How we can check that one? So let's go over here. We are running in localhost 5173. I'm gonna just make a reload, so it will be just from there as John Doe and from John, and we'll go with some dummy number and just dummy address, and then just some dummy text. Send. As you see, processing thing is happening and success. If you go back here, as you see, that's perfectly done. It's working very smooth. So what we can do, we can just manage a bit of to make a design on here. Okay, that's cool. You can make it bigger as the way you want. You can just align that, so it depends on you. You can make more structure, you can put an align on size, so everything is perfect way to go. So as you see, only this setup, only requiring this script URL is enough to let you do each and everything here. As you see, all other parameter is just running perfectly fine. So now how you can change something if you want to change. Okay, if I just hit reload and go in the top, you want to change your name. Okay, how you can do that? Just simple, go in the app. So from where everything is running, from the banner you can change the name. As you see, hi, I am what you can say, Christine. As you see, that is changed. So now you can change each and everything, and there is just a simple designing parameter for this website. It's all about the design, how very sleek design you can have, how cool you can do that. Especially also this, you can see I use the headless UI to go and create that. So that's everything. You can go and create the way you feel better, and all the dummy link, all the repo link which I'm using here, it will be available in the description. So feel free to read that, and feel free how to go and execute this entire things. You can read properly this positioning here, and you will have a better understanding if you're facing any of the problem. So hope so you'll be able to get this entire website in your arsenal, and you can customize it, you can write it as your own way. You can also create your routing setup. It depends on you. And again, please check it. If it's feeling you better that you created something amazing, let me know in the comments, and also do subscribe and like the video. Okay, and also let me know in the comments whatever things you're preferring. I will try my best to go with those kind of things to create this video. So try it and use it as your own project, and I will see you in next video.